Next, you have maybe use the microscope, ask for help, and I'm walking around with you guys for sure. So, first thing is the microscope should be stored at 4x magnification, the red one. 4x objective magnification, the red one. 4x objective means the top one, that one that you can rotate. This is the objective magnification. This guy, right? So it should be stored at 4x magnification. You'll notice some of them were not stored, so make sure when you put them back, you put it on 4x before you put it in the cabinet, right? And it should be, the wire should be wrapped the way it is wrapped around. Okay, good. So now everyone is on the same page. So this is called objective magnification. Objective. So the different objective magnification are 4x, 10x, 40x, 100x. So what is the difference between 4x, 10x, 40x? So it's kind of magnifying it, basically. So it's like a satellite image, for example. If you're looking at Cleveland in the first place, then we look at CSU, then we focus at this classroom. Did that make sense? So the 100x would focus on this classroom. 4x will focus on the Cleveland. 40x will focus on the CSU, for example. Okay, so now you can plug the power source to the outlet. And for this lab, you want to know the part of the microscopes. Okay, you already know which one is the objective magnification, right? So plug it into the power source. So next thing is the button on the right, it turns the microscope light on or off. Okay, so right now you see it on, the light going through. You can turn it off or off. Okay, that's good. And the knob on the right, it adjusts the intensity of the light. The knob on the right, it adjusts the intensity of the light. Use is a little different. It should be a knob in there. This guy, it adjusts the intensity of the light. That's good. Everyone is following me here? Good. The knob over here, what it does, it moves the stage. This guy moves the stage. This guy moves the stage. The knob on the right, yes, that's right. That moves the stage. Good. Are you good? Good. Now, the big knob on the right side or left side, what it does is it moves the stage up and down, like this. And the small knob, what it does is it moves the stage small a little bit. Okay? So the reason we need to use those knobs is we need to look at a slide at a certain specific focus. Okay? So we'll bring the objective lens down to the slide so that we can see the image clearly. Did that make sense? So that's what you're doing. And for example, you use a big knob, try to find things, and suddenly something appears, but it appears blurry. It is not very clear. Then you use the outer knob, the smaller one, to find focus. So the image should look very clear and crisp. Okay. Now, next thing you're going to do is you have the slide. You put it on the stage. Go ahead and do that. It should be sitting on the stage perfectly. Okay. That's good. It should be going into the slot of the stage. Yep. You need to just do it. Yep, sure. Pull this one. Yep, no worries. Just put it like this. Yep, good. Just put this. Good, good, good. Perfect. So now what you do is kind of, you'll use the stage knob that moves the stage, left, right, or back or forth. So you'll move them to make sure the light is going through the center of the slide where the some colored stuff is. Okay? So do that. Now what you do is you'll use the big knob to focus onto the stuff. Do that. Keep your eyes there. Let it go down. So while you're going down, you might miss it in the middle. So then you have to come back slowly again. Okay? So if you're using the microscope for the first time, it might need some patience. Yeah. So just try to find it. Once you get used to it, it will be a piece of cake for you. Okay, who already found it? Just see. Okay, good job. Very good. That's good. So if you have already found it, what you need to do is kind of move to 10x. So being on the same slot, just move it to the 10x. So you're magnifying it basically. If you're able to find it at 4x, I can have a look real quick to make sure you're looking at the right thing. Raise your hand if you need something. I'll be right there. Have a look real quick. Yeah, that's good. Good job. So move to 10x now. Yes, no worries. So what you do is kind of keep your eyes there. I keep my eyes there. And make sure this one is sitting properly. I mean to say, it should be like this, you know. It shouldn't be like here. It should be like this. Once it is there, what I do is kind of keep my eyes there. Is it too bright for you?
No, I'm just wondering if it's supposed to be a certain.
So what you do is kind of keep your eyes like this. So I'll kind of keep on rotating it so that this guy goes down. Okay. So I keep my eyes there. So when I was going down, I missed it in between. So now I am slowly coming up. Okay. Once I find it, I'll go in the center. Have a look.
Okay. Oh,
So-
interesting. Oh, okay.
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 Since you don't know what you're looking for, it might be you may having trouble to find it. But once you know what you should be looking for, it would make life much easier. Can we have a look real quick? Okay, cool. Good job.
Okay, go back
Yeah,
to the
no
little
worries.
one and find
So make sure this slot is sitting properly. Open this one all the way. This one shouldn't be like this. Should be open all the way. Then I keep my eyes. Okay. I try to look for like colored tiny spots or something.
No.
Have a look what I'm looking at.
You want to make it big. Not that one.
Are you able to see it?
Spots.
Yes. So those are the bacteria.
Okay.
So the next thing what we're doing is kind of moving to a high magnification. So the best thing that we are going to see is at 100x magnification. So the smaller magnification like 10x, 4x is used just to find a spot where you can look at it. So basically what we are doing is kind of, if you want to find the CSU, this classroom, first we are finding where Cleveland is. So that's what you're doing with the lower magnification. So once you find the spot, we move to a higher magnification. So if you have already found the 10x, then you have a look. Okay, good job.
You helped.
Okay, so if I helped you, what you want to do is kind of move things around and try on your own.
Did the color change?
Okay guys, so if you want to gather real quick, I'll be more than happy to show you the stuff. So first what I do is kind of take the oil bottle, put one drop on the top of the slide. Just put one drop, that's it. Now I was looking at 10x, now I'm going to move to 100x. So the way I'm going to move from 10x to 100x, I'm not going to move this way because 40x is there on the right. So the 40x length is also pretty low. So if I try to move it, it will pick up the oil from the slide. So I'll move the other way where the red is. You understand what I mean? So I'll go from 10x to 4x and then to 100x. So as I told you, the 100x length should be touching the oil on top of the last slide. Okay? So now I'm going to keep my eyes there and focus on it. Have a look. You guys are welcome to come and have a look how it should look like. So at the 100x, we should be able to see the shape of the bacteria clearly. So this is a microbiology lab, right? So most of you are like nursing major, healthcare majors, right? So if you consider like a surgical team in a hospital, so when they go into a surgery, so the first thing they have to make sure their hands are pretty clean. So now you can say, oh, I can use a hand sanitizer that will clean 99.9 or 99.99% of the bacteria, right? But 0.1 or 0.01% of a big number is not a small number. Did that make sense? So the alcohol that is used for the hand sanitizer, they are able to kill most of the bacteria, but not all of them. So there might be some bacteria left on your hand, and even if you put sterile gloves, you might be introducing that bacteria inside a patient's body. That might create like infection and very major complications. Did that make sense? And in context of this lab, so you don't want to grab some, after working, you're going to go grab lunch, right? So you don't want to have some bacteria for lunch. So make sure you clean your hands properly. We have the soap over here. So make sure you clean your hands, wipe it with the paper towel before you leave. And just to remind you again, you'll be cleaning the bench with the Lysol. Good? Okay, for the glo-germ experiment, I explained you what is the purpose of doing it. So So the